We're making this 500-mile chai 3 different ways: hot, cold, and in hot cocoa. So this is my recipe for making a very complicated hot chocolate. We're just going to pull about 1.5 teaspoons of this. Normally you would put 2 teaspoons, but you know, we're adding other things. And really, this is the way that most people make hot chocolate. They just stick some hot cocoa mix in a bowl or in a cup with some hot milk and say, oh yeah, I'm done. And I don't use milk, just in case you were wondering. I use cream. Specifically, 1.5 cups of cream, because 2 cups is too much and 1 cup is too little. So this is my whiskey thingy. We're just going to put this to the side on about a 4 to 5 heat and whisk it. Let me just grab this. So yeah, you want to let that be incorporating. Move over there. So as that is heating up, I'm going to bring over my cutting board and 2 pieces of 90% chocolate. Now, the reason that I use cocoa mix and chocolate is because I like to call it hot chocolate, and I like the sweetness that the hot cocoa mix adds, but I also like the bitterness that the 90% adds, so I just kind of mix them. I'm just gonna add this into my mix at the side. Get it out. And now comes the spices. So I have 2 different types of cinnamon. We have cinnamon stick and ground cinnamon. One will be incorporated and one will be strained out. Very long cinnamon stick here. And this I don't really measure. This and the nutmeg I don't really measure. I just add a spritz or 2 because that's the way I cook. Want to add a pinch of nutmeg. I really like the way nutmeg gives the cocoa flavor. So, it might be weird adding salt to hot cocoa, but it actually isn't that strange because salt brings out the sweetness. Also, adding a touch of sugar, a pinch, because I don't like my hot cocoa very sweet, but I don't like it bitter to the point of unbelief either. So you want to add cocoa powder as well as hot chocolate, because all in all, this is just very complicated, and the more complicated you can make it, the better. You just want to add about 2 teaspoons of this, and this is a chai, like I said. So it's going to have cloves and all like that, which is going to make it the hot cocoa that is going, it's going to be a little bit spicy, and that's going to make it taste very good. Add a dash of vanilla if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It doesn't really matter too much, just add a dash. So now all of our ingredients are in the pot. So Mama, would you like to take a look at our lovely
bring it over
concoction?
here.
Here we are, our lovely concoction.
So basically you're doing a chai, you're just adding chocolate to it.
Yes, it's a chocolate chai of sorts.
Sort of a hot chai cocoa.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna whisk this. It's gonna look really weird. It's not gonna be that dark. So normally what I do is I mix in the cocoa and then, or the chocolate. I'm adding 1 more piece of chocolate after everything is heated up. These little tiny squares are a good in-between place thing.
So is this Rocky Road chai?
Ha ha ha.
Just missing the marshmallows.
Well, since you brought up Rocky Road, I have a joke for you.
Oh no.
Why did the ice cream truck break down?
Because of the rocky road.
Correct. I've told that quite a few times. All right, so our chocolate is getting deep in color, and we can take out the cinnamon stick. So, we want to just let this simmer for a few minutes, about 5 at most. But we're going to put all of the ingredients on the screen as I wait for this to simmer into our hot chocolate. So, goodbye for a second and go ahead and look at the ingredients on the screen.
Looks chocolatey.
It's not all that thick, but you know.
Do you bring it to a boil?
No, you just want to let it simmer.
Can you smell that warm chocolate spiciness?
I know that's the main reason that I add chai to my recipes. So there we have just a little clove.
How is it?
Needs a little bit more sweetness. And then we need to turn it down when it starts coming to a boil. And another thing that you can do to add sweetness to your hot cocoa is literally just add a little bit of cream. We want the cream to let this cool off a little bit, so.
Don't want to curdle the cream.
No, that is bad.
That'd be a whole different thing.
Yeah. So we're gonna add a little bit of that and hang on, yeah, da, da, da.
Flour and some eggs and we'd have a cake.
Ha ha. Adding a touch of that. I have the flavor exactly where I want it. And now we pour. So since there are tea leaves and everything in this, we're just going to strain it over this. And I always get a little overly nervous when I do this. And I always let it strain out because since I use cream, it's very, 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 very thick. So it takes a minute to strain out.
And the traditional way of making chai is to simmer it all together and then strain out the leaves and spices as Emma is doing.
Yeah, I saw how to do it traditionally and I thought, I would like to try that. So I didn't do it with just leaf, I did it with hot chocolate because I've actually made hot chocolate over the stovetop before, so it wasn't completely new to me. So here we have the leaf after usage. Very lovely and thick. So here's all of the stuff that we took out of this, actually. And voila, here we have our cup of steaming hot cocoa chai. While Mama shows you that. So, looks nice. The smell is amazing. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's like sweet and bitter. It's like chai, but better. It's not quite bitter. You can taste the nutmeg and cinnamon in it and the cloves and all of the spices from the 500 Mile Chai. The chocolate isn't as noticeable as it would be in a normal hot chocolate. It's more of an afterthought in this, which, I don't know, I kind of like. It's very thick. Normally, and if you were making this with milk instead of cream, it wouldn't be near this thick. This is good. So, my bedtime now, so I'm going to drink this, and then tomorrow we will be back with the hot and iced versions. When you brew in cold brew, you don't actually have to double brew or anything like that. You just have to add enough and then let it sit for longer. So for 16 ounces of water, this is going to require around 4 teaspoons of tea, which looks like quite a lot.
Which is a tablespoon plus a teaspoon, if you want a little easier measuring.
So we're just going to fill it up until it reaches the 16-ounce marker.
We found something clear so you could see it happening.
And you can already smell that, and it smells amazing. Since we're cold brewing it, the tannins will not be released into the water from the tea leaves, so you can brew this as long as you want. Just as long as you brew it with cold water. And then we just stick it in the refrigerator and let it brew for about 3 or 4 hours.
Shall we shake it? That's kind of fun. Ooh, look what that did. That's fun.
Oh man. And now we watch it settle. I cold brewed this and then strained it multiple times. Let's have it cold.
So does this have anything in it beyond the tea itself?
Just the tea that has been strained for quite a long time. Let's try this, shall we?
Let's smell it.
I expected it will be better than the hot, but not as good as the hot cocoa.
Wow, I don't like cold tea. You like cold tea?
I mean, it's not bad.
You like it? She likes it. You know what it needs? It needs cream. Now it's butterscotchy. Oh, yeah. I hate it less.
With her, that's a compliment.
Oh, yes, it just needs a little salt and it'd be good.
Ew.
That would be really good.
Well, salt actually brings out any sweetness that is naturally in the tea. Which is why salted chocolate is not disgusting.
You know, the Tibetans make yak butter tea.
Which is the whole reason that we started putting butter in tea, right?
And they brew it for, I don't know, a whole day or something. Oh man, that's good now. Salt and cream in your iced tea really helps. I like salt.
Sometimes I think that tea is just a way for you to get all of your favorite dairy products in.
Is salt a dairy product?
I'm talking about cream.
Little known fact, salt comes from cows. Ooh, that's so pretty. Look at that. It's like root beer.
Well,
Pretty.
I think my favorite way is definitely the hot cocoa. You know, I might make some of that for family movie night tonight.
Wonderful news. Smell it. Smells good.
With some popcorn for everybody.
Kind of smells oatmeal-y. What's in it?
Would you like some? It's right here.
Read that to me.
Classic chai from India. Hearty Assam black tea blended with organic spices, ginger, cloves, cardamom, and cinnamon.
Needs cream.
That isn't enough.
Would you like some in yours?
How is it?
It's not enough.
That's what I told you. But would she believe me?
What
No.
will this child become someday? When she rules the world, will she be nice about it? That's my job. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so your favorite
Was the hot cocoa way of making your chai tea.
Okay then.
And your favorite?
Oh, I guess that one.
We have
Or anything with cream and salt in it.
Well, I put cream and salt in the hot cocoa, so. And chocolate, which is another thing you like.
Make time for tea and a good book.
Hey, I was going to say that.